Anger is what molded my decision-making at an early age. In the summertime when I was a kid, I would stay with my maternal grandmother. I would take her to the liquor store in a wheelchair. She would have a lap full of 40-ounce bottles and a bottle of Seagram's gin. I never saw anything wrong with that. That made me angry. As a child, I walked right into the world of alcoholism. That one simple thing would stay with me for 28 years and bring me down every day.
I was born in Yonkers, New York, to a single mother. I spent most of my young life in emotional hurt and physical pain. I was dressed in dark clothing. I was told I was too dark to wear bright colors, and I was invisible. I was seen and not heard. I thought this God my grandmother talked about had to have made a mistake when he created me. When I asked my mother why she didn't love me, she said, "I like you." I really believed she hated me, so I attempted to take my life. When a teacher asked what I wanted to be when I got out of school, I told her I wanted to be a teacher. She proceeded to tell me that little black girls do not grow up to be teachers, and perhaps I should consider a career in home economics. At age 24, I married my junior high school sweetheart. We both dreamed of having children. However, at the age of 29, I had to have a complete hysterectomy. Never, so I thought, to be a mom.
For as long as I can remember, fear is something I've struggled with. For me, fear manifests as the intense need for control. I think most recently I've been afraid of my future not panning out the way I planned it to be. The past 2.5 years, my husband and I have struggled with infertility, and I definitely thought that by now we'd have 1.5 kids. But after months and months of trying and a miscarriage, I definitely learned the lesson that I actually have zero control. If we weren't walking through infertility, I don't think my relationship with God would be where it's at now.
I grew up with parents that put God and family at the forefront of all things. At the age of 22, I married a passionate, charismatic guy who shared the value of love for family. By the age of 25, we were raising our 2 kids together. Wade would often say, "We don't have much, but we have each other, and that's enough." We had awareness of the blessings we were given, although in hindsight, I took those for granted at times, as most people do. At the age of 42, with our kids flourishing and thriving at 16 and 20, the world was hit with a new level of isolation and fear with the pandemic, and we lost him to COVID. 3 weeks later, we lost my dad to COVID too. The overwhelming weight of being alone took its toll on me. Loneliness is not a feeling I can nail down a date to. It seemed to be an encompassing, overarching part of me. Loneliness kept me from making new friendships and exploring my worth as an individual. Loneliness, like grief, can be a continual process, a feeling you can't always see on the surface of a person, but I've been blessed to walk this path with some amazing people that continue to love me through it.
I was angry because I was being told by my family that my dad did not like me. I could have asked him, but my mom, my sister, and my brother were manipulating me against him. If I would have only listened to my dad and not the rest of my family, I don't know where that would have taken me. My anger only grew. I became such a lost person. But that's not the final word.
I am the barren woman who, by God's grace and mercy, has so many wonderful children of every race and ethnicity. This barren woman has the gift of abundant love of my children, grandchildren, and a great-grandchild. Now I think I am safe in saying that every mother treasures the love from their child. That's a gift of life God has blessed me with.
If we weren't walking through infertility, I don't think my relationship with God would be where it's at now, and I wouldn't have learned what true surrender looks like. It's been through that surrender that God has rewritten my story, and now I have the honor of being a foster mom. And while some days waiting on the Lord is a lot harder than others, I know that fear is not my future. He is.